Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining in from across the world. I'd like to welcome you to half year AVA Capital PLC Investors Analyst Conference call. I'd like to welcome all our analysts on the call, also the investors and other stakeholders. We welcome you. This is our third conference call. We put together the full year Investors Analyst Conference call sometimes in April. Then after that, we did the first quarter 2026 Investors Analyst Conference call also in April. And this is our half year 2026 Investors Analyst Conference call. If you have been following our company, you will see on our website the following information every conference call that we put together. My statement, the CEO statement, is usually on the website, and for this half year, we already have it there. The fact sheet is on the website for the three reports that we have posted. The press release for everything, including this one, the investors presentation, which we circulated sometimes last week to everybody interested in joining. The management account for the full year, we have the full year budget account posted, and we have the recording of all the calls, and the recording of this call will be posted on our website latest by noon tomorrow afternoon, Nigerian time. That said, I will just go straight to this presentation, which usually we present in 4 sections. Section 1 speaks to AVA Capital PLC, what we are about, operating environment, the financial highlights, and the strategic ambition for the firm. We give you the reports on where we are on the goals that we have set for ourselves. Then after, we'll take questions if we have any questions from analysts and investors. That said, I'll just go to section 1 about AVA Capital PLC. AVA Capital PLC is registered and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission and is the investment banking arm of the AVA Capital PLC. The business has in its subsidiary AVA Global Asset Managers, which is also registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which holds the asset management license. The trustees business, AVA Trustees Limited, also registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and AVA Securities registered with the Nigerian Exchange Limited and the AVA Securities and Exchange Commission. The mission of the company is to deliver sustainable long-term wealth creation to our clients, communities, and the broader economy through innovative financial solutions, expert advisory, and financial literacy. Our vision is to be Africa's most trusted institutional financial partners, connecting capital to opportunity and creating enduring value for generations. History, 2017, the group kicked off with the acquisition of an investment bank and a securities brokerage license. In 2018, investment banking arm was rebranded AVA Capital Partners Limited. Similarly, the securities brokerage arm was branded AVA Securities. 2019, the group acquired asset management license, which was branded AVA Global Asset Managers. 2020, the group started another phase of evolution by rebranding its companies AVA Trustees. AVA Trustees was added to the group and its bouquet of financial services, completing the 4 companies that we now present to you. In 2020, AVA Capital received FMPQ Gold Award for the most active transaction sponsor. Similar thing was happened in 2022, an award from FMPQ. In 2024, AVA Global Asset Managers successfully listed the AVA Infrastructure Fund and rang the gong at NGX. AVA Global Asset Managers also received NGX Award for Fund Manager with the largest fund size in 2024. The group launched its AVA Mobile investment app. AVA Securities launched the maiden AVA Securities Trading Competition, which we are happy to see. It's a fourth
Yeah, I couldn't go what
edition.
is it called? That's why.
Remarkable.
Yeah,
In 2025, 2026, we have reached over 500 billion in debt and equity for our clients. The group now has asset under management in excess of 100 billion. And by the next week, 2 or 3 weeks, we hope that we list AVA Capital PLC on NGA. Our location, we are present in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. We hope to grow our physical presence. But our license covers all 36 states of the Federation, and we indeed have clients all over Nigeria and indeed outside the country as well. On ESG practice, we are very big on the care for the environment. We are big on governance, and we are also very big on our social responsibilities. On the environment, we have an energy efficient office designed to leverage natural lighting and reflective interiors to reduce electricity consumption. If you have been in our office, you will see that we are very big on the environment. Integration of green workspace elements, including indoor vegetation, to enhance air quality and employee well-being. Adoption of renewable energy through solar inverter to reduce reliance on fossil fuel power generator and lower carbon intensity. For governance, we have a strong board oversight and structured governance framework accord on fiduciary duties. Full compliance with regulatory requirements reinforced by culture of ethical stewardship, adoption of ethical business practices, including robust internal audits and transparent reporting to ensure integrity, accountability, and protection of clients' assets. For social responsibility, we provide interest-free on collateralized microloans to petty traders through the PEP initiative, and we also support small-scale entrepreneurs to support financial inclusion, poverty alleviation, and market development. The delivery of financial literacy program focus on savings, budgeting, responsible financial management to empower underserved entrepreneurs. We also give financial literacy under our AVA Securities trading competition to university students. We help them understand how you trade on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and to give them a platform to practice all their thoughts in school of how to make money. ESG practice summary: we have 32 sustainability training so far this year. We've supported 750 plus SMEs through the PEP Foundation, supporting petty traders in many markets across the country to empower them to do more, to have, improve on their livelihood. For human capital investments, we spent about 300 million thereabout on human capital investments, and our workforce is represented by 50% female leadership. In fact, total representative of the workforce is actually 50-50, pushing gender diversity and leadership level and across the institution. To the operating environment, we'd like to take key economic environment changes in 2026, both in Nigeria and globally. We all knew what happened in Q1, so I'll just focus on the operating environment for Q2. There was external shock for global oil market prices, disrupting and increasing inflationary pressure across the globe, not only in Nigeria, because the oil price, the crude oil price, the Brent, keeps moving up. In fact, many economists believe that if the war continues, although there have been 2 days of quiet now, there was 11 days straight of attacks between the US, Israel, and Iran. But it has been quiet for about 2 days. At some point during the last 10, 15 days, we've seen oil price cross 100 barrels per day. And if the aggression continues, it might reach the 139, highest levels since 2022. I think 2020, 2022, when the Ukraine-Russia war broke out. Governments initiated engagement with multilateral institutions for microeconomic support. Government also signaled import duty adjustments aiming at easing cost pressure. That is to help, taper the imported inflationary effect on the goods that are imported into the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria adopted a cautious and vigilant stance to anchor inflation expectation. In fact, the MPR stood at 26.5 for all the MPC meetings this year. S&P upgraded Nigeria's long-term sovereign rating to B from B minus, citing improving credit worthiness of the country. GDP recorded stronger year-on-year growth despite a slight migration in quarter-to-quarter momentum. There was a slowdown in quarter 2 from quarter 1. But we believe that it might be temporary because a lot is happening in the country that suggests that the economy in Nigeria, the fiscal policy drivers and the monetary policy drivers are very, very bullish on growth. The IMF acknowledged significant improvements in Nigeria's macroeconomic stability while emphasizing that persistent structural changes require sustained policy attention. Despite improved macroeconomic conditions, inflation remains one of Nigeria's principal economic challenges. This is not only Nigeria, even the US Fed should be meeting today or tomorrow. There's people who vote that believe that rates should go up because of the global oil price. But the expectation is that the rates might be held constant. Similarly, before the end of the week, there's also similar meeting that will be happening in the Bank of England. And there are about 2 people in the last voting round, Bank of England, that they voted that rates should be raised, but it was held. And the general assumption is that the expectation is that rates will also be held in England. Improved exchange rate stability strengthened Nigeria's external borders. Next slide speaks to the economic indicators that are very critical if your business is more on the Nigerian side. And this is to show you where monetary policy rate has been at this year. As I said, it has gradually come down to stay still at 26.5. The general expectation is that monetary policy rate will greatly reduce this year, and we are seeing it in the pricing of treasury bills in Nigeria already. But the imported inflation is making that a bit more difficult. And as we heard, I think Nigeria is about 9 months, not up to about 6 months away from its presidential election and 7 months away from its other senatorial and governorship elections. So that also comes with its own inflationary pressure. As we see, the impact on the headlines inflation rate is beginning to go up, and that's purely important. It's explainable and it's expected is what is happening to the global oil price. The real GDP growth rate from quarter 4 of 2025 has tapered down at 3.89, but there was a growth between Q1 to Q2. I think there's going to be a slight growth at the end of Q2 of about 3.94, which shows that there's some level of recovery on the growth. The exchange rate has continued to go down, although it fluctuates around these numbers. Most economists believe that the Naira is really on the value, and that the value should appreciate over time. Time will tell, and the impact of that seen in many businesses across the country. To financial highlights for H1 2026, the company did 3.457 billion in revenue as against 1.196 billion in H1 20. Okay, it's better. We don't have good figures for 2026 because we got for 2025 because we consolidated to be in a group December 14, 2025. But we have, for company year on year, the company being our investment banking business, and you can see the growth 274 million to 1.96 billion. I believe this time next year we will have something to compare on the group side as well. Total income 2.413 billion for the company, 1.196 against 274. Operating expense 344 million for company, 182 as of last year of company, and 952. Profit before tax of 1.46 billion, 852 for company, and 92 million, a 9.2 times growth year on year on the company level. Profit after tax, tax income, issues of tax forecast. So, about PAT is 630. We projected the full tax, and 68 for last year. On the balance sheet, financial position, total asset grew significantly. Company on the company side, 8.14 billion to 12.28, or 110 billion for group, definitely because of the asset management and the trust business. Total liabilities is 98 billion, and 3.862 for company. Shareholders' equity grew 7.9 to 8.42 for half year. That's retained addition from full year December 2025, and also for the group 12.727. Those are the ratios. Profit margin improved year on year from 33% to 71%, a 7.6 percentage growth. Net profit margin also improved from 24.9% to 52.7%. It's 27% improved, 27.8 percentage improvement. Cost to income, it was part of the question we were asked at the first quarter presentation. As it improved, I will continue to work from 66%, it is 7.6% improvement half year 2025 to 2026. And then return on equity improved to 20.7 for company and 25.5% for the group. Next slide. This slide speaks to the breakdown of profit after tax. Fee income is 863, interest income 2.044 billion, interest expense 1 billion, other income 549, operating expense 5952, income tax projection is 438, and profit after tax 1.02 billion. The P&L comparison, revenue operating expense half year for the company, half year 2025 to half year 2026 is as projected here. We have spoken to it 2 slides ago, and the income breakdown also for the company is further represented here in this chart. You can see the percentage that is fee and commission income, interest income, and other income. In 2026, you can see other income, 22.2%, Interest income 62% movement in fee. KI insights is strong execution across company cooperation drove fees and commission income to 744.73 million, an increase in core 2%. The edge space is complemented by 54.7% rise in interest income and a substantial increase in other income. The last section speaks to our strategic ambition, and we have said we are giving ourselves a 2030 goal of 100,000 customers. We continue to grow. It's a tall order, and we're working on our retail strategy effectively. Electronic footprints for our app. Right now we have 1,700 stores. There's been a growth quarter on quarter. Profitability pay average is about 30%, 6%. And net profit margin, we're 30% right now. We have 4 funds, infrastructure mutual funds, and we want to put that for about 10 funds or more by 2030. We want to be top 10 transaction sponsor ranking across many indices and indicators. We already rank 3. In certain instances, we rank 2. We'll bring in many more of these indicators on this slide so that you can monitor our improvements. Number of physical presence we have by 2030, we want to be 10 places in the country. And we are still on 3. And before the end of 2027, we intend to add a location. And funds under management, we want to be top at 10 on the mutual fund side. We still run number 33 right now. We're improving on it. We believe that we will arrive at the top 10 way before 2030. Now, the appendix speaks to our people. If you have this presentation, it's just a general big presentation on the team, on the board, non-executive board, the executive board as well, the team. Right now, I will pause for questions and answer if there are any. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can just please raise up your hand and unmute. Somebody here will check, probably call your name, and you can unmute to ask the question. Thank you. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask the questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, MD.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yeah, you can hear you.
Yeah, I was going to ask, thank you for the presentation and thanks for the performance. I think you guys are clearly on the right track. Want to check with you. You were saying towards the end of last year that you were hoping that you will be able to have an IPO or get listed before the end of this year. Is that still the plan? Are work still going in that direction, or you are not there yet?
All right, please, can you state your name for record so that we note it? We didn't hear your name, sir.
Sorry, Siki Aliyu.
All right. Thank you, Engineer Liu. We received an approval from the Nigerian Exchange Limited on the 21st of July to list on the exchange, which concludes, the final approval that we require to list. Right now, we are speaking to the team at the exchange to give us the listing date. So yes, we said we will list before the end of the year. Surely we would actually list before the end of the year. But finalizing the exchange team to give us a listing date, which should happen any moment from now. There's no IPO. We're just listing by introduction on the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Thank you, sir. I hope that answers the question.
Indeed, thank you, and congratulations for getting the approval. You must have put in a lot of work to get to this stage, so very well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Questions, comments? Just to state that I have, on my right here, Lois Omotola, who heads our investor relations. You got a mail forwarding this presentation to you. In case you can't come up with your questions now, you can forward questions at any time to investor relations at avacapitalplc.com at any time. And she'll be very happy to panel it to whoever member of the team that's supposed to give those answers, just in case you can't come up with your questions on this call at the moment. We'll give a few more minutes for the questions. If there's any, then we will see you at sometimes in October after the third quarter results is announced.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Munira. My name is Munira Uthman from Foremost Capital.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask, we can access the results, the reports from your website, right?
Yes, you can. Investor relations section of it.
Okay. Awesome. All right, thank you.
Yes, there are 6 things that we posted: CEO statement, fact sheet, the press release when we announce the results, this investor presentation, the management account, the full management account, and the recording of this call. You can also access it there if you want to listen to it again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I would like to thank everyone for joining this morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. We hope to see you again at the third quarter of 2026. We try our best to ensure that this is constant. This is the third time we're having it. That's even pre that listing. The next time we'll come on this call, surely will be a listed company on the main board of the Nigerian exchange. And probably at that time, there'll be more interesting questions for us. So again, thank you for finding time to join, and do enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.